Alright, well, for people when they start showing up, we are just forging a hammer. Simple as that. Alright, we got one person watching. We got one person in. We're just forging a hammer, and I'm also going to be forging some brazil style, or be at least trying to forge some brazil style hammer tongs. We will new people watching, we're just forging the hammer, and also I'm working on possibly making some Brazel style hammers, making tongs, but probably won't be used on this just because um, we're having a terrible time. I just cannot get this to work. It's definitely throwing me for a loop. It got to piss me off. Trying not to set everything on fire. That was not smart one bit. It's really not a good idea to touch the steel that has been under your hot piece of steel. now just, well, everyone's gone. This is kind of useless, but at this point now, I have the hammer slug starting to slide from one side to the other as I'm punching it. So the holes are lined up well enough to get that going. So now that we have that going for us, I'm going to continue until we have the hole completely punched out. Once we have the hole completely punched out, I will then start isolating the hammerheads, or the two sides. This is how you can see the pure separation of each side because of these full-ring chamfers, I guess. I don't know what you'd really call them, but I'm not going to do it as heavy as on this one, but just to kind of push that metal there for the eye of the hammer. And from that, then we will send the drift through the hammer. Yep. And now you can see the anvil, or if anyone's watching, which I don't think so, but I don't understand. Last night I got 7 people on the stream. Now I have none watching right now. So I don't know. Still got people watching. Oh well. It is currently 45. Well, we got one person watching. That. Yay. How is? How are you all doing tonight? Or the one person? How are you doing tonight? Play a little musical handle. So we're just working on punching the hammer head I'm working on right now. We have the slug almost coming out of the punch hole, so that is a big plus. But we're just working it out. It takes a long time. When you try to rush it, the hole comes out pretty bad looking. So I'm just trying to take my time just so that it comes out, comes out good. Got 2 people watching now. How's everyone doing? If you have any comments or any questions, just throw them down in the comments. And we are about to hammer some more. We're almost overheating the punch, or pretty much overheating it. That's no good. There we go. Sorry about that. You guys got a little knocked over from just all the vibrations from hammering. We've already been going at this for 33 minutes. Wow. We're probably going to wrap this up in about 15, 20 minutes. So it's going to be a shorter stream, but it's better than nothing. I'm sorry, it's only 4. We still got a good hour to be doing this, so we ain't wrapping this up anytime soon. That was my bad. I can't read a clock, apparently, or just, you know, just sometimes your head throws you for a loop. In fact, people watching again, but we'll be right back. All right, we're back. Steel's hot. Ready to hammer. Wow. We are. I can see daylight through the tunnel. You look here. See if I can get out of the right angle. Here's a little bit of cracking on the bottom. But if you look at the other side, the plug is right there. So we're going to send it back through the other direction, and it should knock out that plug, which means we got a hole in our hammer. A good one. This is going well so far. Alright, we got another person watching. Back up to one person watching. If you have any questions or any comments, just let them down in the comments. We were just waiting for the... Thank you, ATV Pyro 66. Because I totally don't know who you are. Got our anvil basking in the daylight, or the fading daylight. We are almost got our punch through the hammerhead. Finally. We're getting really close. And I've been missed a couple strikes on my hammerhead, and we're losing a chip. We grabbed a little maltine. And it's knocking. Try to kind of smack it back into place. As I'm doing the worst thing imaginable on an anvil, hammering cold steel. I mean, the only thing worse than hammering cold steel on an anvil is letting a bunch of Boy Scouts hammer on an anvil. Yep, I said it. Got 2 people watching now. Thanks so much, folks, for stopping on in and watching. We're hopefully going to be on our last heat and our last forging cycle on knocking the punch, or the little slug, after punching the eye out of this hammer. It's been quite a process doing all the punching by myself without another person here to hold the hammerhead as I'm working on it. So almost burnt myself more times than I can count on my fingers and toes, but we're getting there. Aha! Got it! We flippin' got it. Finally. There we go. We flippin' got the punch out. I mean the little slug. Haha. That's been a lot of work to get to this point. That right there. That's probably the cleanest slug I've ever made, even with my dad helping me. That means we lined up the holes well. Let me grab the hammerhead so you guys can see. I can see you. You got that hole cleanly punched through. It's not super crooked and everything as I drop it. But that hammerhead, it's looking pretty good if I don't say myself. So at this point now, all we have left, or not all we have left, we still have quite a bit to do to get this hammer able to be put on a handle. But at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my drift, which shapes the round hole that you saw into an oval shaped hole so that your handle doesn't have to be round to fit inside the hole. It's just like a little kid, you give them a triangle and they try to put it through a square hole. It ain't gonna work. But past that, it makes it so that that handle can't twist around. That's the drift I'll be using. I should clean off the mushrooming, but you know, we're probably not going to do that. And we're going to use these pieces of rebar as spacers to act the same as this block that I was hammering on, just to keep those flared the hammer heads, the flared off of the anvil face so they're not getting flattened. But already I've changed my mind. We're just going to use some railroad spikes. Which should work really well, or not really well, but it should work. I chose railroad spikes over the rebar for spacing off the anvil face. Number one, a little bit more clearance. So, and number two, the rebar, of course, has ridges, so that it'll hold itself in concrete without slipping out. So, thus, that reason makes it want to put marring on my hammerhead, and I don't want rebar stripes, like candy cane stripes, on the top or bottom of my hammerhead. So, there's your explanation, folks. And the second time we throw the drift in, I'll have to grab vice grips to stick on the drift, so that we're not burning our hands up trying to grab the drift after it's been sitting in 1200 degree metal. We just have an old pair of Crescent vice grips. See, just holds it nice and also gives a little bit of orientation on it, but it should slide nicely in the hole once we get it all lined up. There we go. Starting to get that hole drifted. You can't really see, it's not that pronounced, but we're starting to force that round hole into an oval shaped hole. Don't you feel like a little kid? But instead of having to change to a different shape because your oval won't fit in your round hole on your little ball, we're making that round hole into an oval hole so that your oval shape can fit into that hole. I guess that is what growing up is. But yeah, that's how we're going. It is. I don't even know what I was going to say now. But we are getting there. This thing will be hopefully pretty cool looking, but I'm flattening it out too much through all these processes. Back down to 2 people watching. At least we have, it isn't 0 people watching. So thank you everyone that is watching. I keep on not putting the um, the hammerhead deep enough into the fire, so one side gets heated and the other side gets not as heated, which it's kind of a problem. Oh, come on! Why will you? Ah! That is getting pretty annoying. Well, solution for that is I'm going to use a different drift. This one is just a closer to a circular shape. It's got a little bit of oval to it, but it's more circular. So you use this to get that whole little spread it out. But my worry is I don't really want to increase the diameter of the like the hole coming from ear to ear, which I don't want to increase the diameter of the hole from here to here much, but I just want to stretch it out. So I don't think that I'm going to actually use that drift for that reason. I thought I might, but I'm changing my decision now. I think we're gonna end the stream after this last heat. Tactical Fisherman, thank you so much for watching that video, and I appreciate that you like my toolbox. We're just here forging a new hammer. This is one that forged in the past, and initially we accidentally made these two refined, which ended up breaking off this head when I used it. So welded it back, but I'm working on redeeming myself from that mistake. So that's what we're working on here. It's just forging a new hammer. But we're probably going to be ending this real soon. I like to keep them around an hour.